Hi, and welcome to a new episode of the Midlife Purpose Show, where women age 40 and over unlock their true calling to step into a career that is aligned with their purpose. Hi, I'm Yannick Said, your host, and today what I'd like to talk about is self-care. Yes, ladies, it's time to look after yourselves. It's time to take care of you. So let's dive into it. There are four pillars of personal self-care for women that we need to ensure that we are nurturing. So the first one is your physical self-care. And when I talk about physical, it's not about going to the gym necessarily. It goes beyond that. Taking care of you physically is looking at how you can include activities, physical activities that bring you joy. For some people, it is the gym. For others, it isn't. For example, one way to look at your physical health would be to go for a walk, whether it's a stroll for a while or power walk. But if it brings you joy, it's an activity that you're more prone to continue to do. It's easier to do something that we like than something that we are forced to do. For example, going for a walk around your neighborhood, you could go for a stroll in the park or a trail along the seashore, wherever you feel good, do that. It could be other things. Some people like to to dance, so take dance lessons, whatever. But incorporate that, make it part of your routine. You could be dancing while you clean the house. I do that. It distracts me and the work gets done and I get my physical activity at the same time. It's one of the many things I do. The second pillar is your emotional self-care. Often in the bustle and hustle of our daily lives, we put aside our emotions. We say, oh, get over it. Oh, you won't want to deal with it. We'll just plow through it. It is not a good idea. Our emotions are legitimate and we must acknowledge them and express them. Because when you keep it all inside, it builds up, creates angst. So take some time and do a little survey, or just a moment to look, how are you feeling? How are you really feeling? Be honest with yourself. And if some emotion comes out and you acknowledge that, find a way to express it. You will feel better for it because we know when we keep things inside, it builds up. Another thing, another pillar that is a crucial part of our self-care is our social self-care. And when I talk about social, it's not about going to parties. It's about having social connections with friends, with family, with loved ones, with colleagues. You want to have healthy relationships. And healthy relationships means that you are looking at what is right for you by having healthy boundaries. It's great to be social and to be easygoing and be nice to people. That's fine, but not at your expense. If you are going beyond what you can give and deplete yourself, that is not healthy. So having your boundaries within your interaction and connection is primordial. All right. So when I say that, for example, you're invited to go to an event, but you have other things going on, and you feel like you have to make time to go, although it would be at your expense. That is not healthy. So you have to mitigate what's right for you in maintaining your social circles and your social connections. We often do not do that, and we just jump at what comes to us and try to mitigate it and handle it as best as we can. And at the end, we are depleted and exhausted, whether it's with colleagues or friends and families. Family members can be even more demanding. We feel like we have to meet their requests. We have more of a sense of that it must be done because it's family member. So yes, have good social connection within your boundaries, within what works for you. Because if you're not well, nothing else will work in your life. It will affect every aspect of your life. So a good social self-care, good connection is important. And the fourth one is the intellectual self-care. Intellectual self-care meaning that we have a need to keep ourselves engaged intellectually. We have that need, and often, sometimes limiting beliefs have us not take care of it. Oh, I'm too old, I don't need to learn anything else. Oh, I know enough. And when we talk about intellectual, it doesn't mean necessarily go to school. It could be anything, taking on a new hobby, a new activity, something to keep our minds exercised. Because when we don't use it, it stagnates. And stagnation brings a sense of defeat sometimes. So think about, what could you do? What could you learn? You could learn to knit. You could learn uh, to do pottery or learn another skill, another competency. And the learning could be done through taking seminars or even doing some volunteer work in something that you're not used to do. So let's recap. When we talk about self-care, taking care of what we need, the four important pillars for women are the emotional self-care, the physical self-care. When we talk physical, it's not just going to the gym. The social self-care, having connection, healthy connections socially and within relationships within our families and loved ones. And the fourth one, intellectual. Let's keep our intellect, let's keep our brain engaged and active. Just as we keep our body physically active, we need to do it the same for us intellectually. So think about that. So looking forward to see you on the next episode of the Midlife Purpose Show. And in the meantime, be the woman that you are destined to be.